Hey everybody, welcome back to Public Enema Plays. Still going through Ys Oath and Felghana. If you missed us last time, we continued climbing the Elderm Mountains, and I think we're to the end boss here, in this ice cave. And probably about to get it handed to us. Always love when the music cuts out. It's like, what are we walking into here? It's a giant clump of ice. Faint sounds of breathing can be heard emanating from within. Alright. An ice dragon. Fun. Alright, fire doesn't do anything. Ha. Gosh. Huh. There we go. So, charged earth attack. Don't get hit by that. Gosh. Gosh. Alright, so probably gonna be some combination of earth attacks to get him to lower his guard, and then fireballs to get rid of the ice spikes. Alright. Missed. Ah. God. Alright. Huh. Well, that was a little better. I wonder if I can get behind him when he starts doing that. Let's try that. Nope. Alright, making progress here. Alright, now he's flying. Alright, that's a problem. Oh, alright. That's something. Alright. Maybe one more of those. Where's he coming? Oh! Alright. That's probably an insta-kill. Or not. Ah, one more. Ah, come on. Ah! Alright. I need to survive one more attack. Got him down. Alright. That wasn't too bad. And our reward is the last statue. That earth power, being able to shield against attacks, that's a big deal. Alright, the light statue. Not the ice statue, oddly enough.
The four statues began resonating with one another, emitting an unnatural light in the process.
Okay. Are we about to summon the big bad?
As the light faded, the entire cavern grew deathly quiet.
I don't like that. Huh. Well... now it's about time for either Chester or Dularn to show up and ruin my day.
The rocks were packed too tightly to be broken with the Terror Bracelet. Adol was trapped.
Hey! Is that you in there, Adol? Are you hurt?
Adol shouted back that he was uninjured.
Glad to hear my little buddy's okay. That quake caused some of the crevice walls to collapse. I managed to pick my way across, though. But now we gotta do something about these rocks. Adol, I'm gonna need you to step back for a second, okay?
Dogi needs to get his rocks off.
Here we go! Yeah!
Dogi the Wall Crusher, a callback to the first game.
That's what I'm screaming! Walls 0, Dogi the Wall Crusher like a million! Who needs doors when they got me? That was a new record too, I think. Never took down solid rock before. Should get me in the history books. So, looks like you found another statue. Is that all of them? Come on, let's head back to the Master's house.
And of course.
Chester, you're here.
Of course. I've been kept well apprised of your actions. Seems you have all 4 statues now. So, as I said before, I think you'd best give them to me.
Chester, there's just one thing I need to know. What are you planning to do with these statues?
A mere knight dares not question the motivations of Count Maguire. Though I cannot entirely plead ignorance, as I've heard some rumblings on the nature of his glorious plan.
That's not what I asked you. I want to know what you plan to do with them.
How long have you known?
I knew from the very beginning. I didn't believe for a second that you felt such contempt toward Elena. It's just not you. And I really couldn't see you serving someone as obviously corrupt as Maguire. Not willingly, anyway. So I figure you've got to have something else up your sleeve.
Your oafish exterior belies your perceptive nature. It always has.
Out with it, Chester. What are you really up to?
Very well. I suppose this is as good a time as any. What I seek is revenge.
Revenge?
You were born in Felghana, so undoubtedly you're familiar with Genos Island. No, I've never told you this before. But that is the land where my sister and I were born.
Surprise.
What? Wait a second. I always heard that Genos Island was wiped out by some kind of plague or something.
Indeed. We speak of the same place. However, it was not plague, but monsters that brought about the island's ruin.
Monsters?
Yes. Monsters, with the appearance of human skeletons clad in armor. They appeared out of nowhere and simply started massacring all the villagers. Our warriors fought back, of course, but the creatures just wouldn't stay dead. We stood no chance. In the end, Elena and I were the sole survivors of the attack.
But why? Why would monsters suddenly just appear like that?
It was no random occurrence, and therein lies the rub. McGuire was directly responsible for the massacre. He enlisted the services of a dark sorcerer for the task.
Dularan, maybe?
My people were the descendants of Genos himself. We were charged with guarding the holy artifacts that had locked away the Demon Lord's power to prevent their misuse. I would assume McGuire simply considered us a threat to his ambitions. And that's how my sister and I were orphaned, and came to live with the mayor of Redmont. It's no surprise that Elena's memories of these events have been suppressed, given their extreme, horrific nature.
Then, you want revenge on
McGuire. Yes. He will be destroyed by the very power he so desperately seeks. And he won't be the only one. I intend to see to it that every living creature in Velestein Castle burns in hell. Perhaps then, the wounded, defiled souls of my ancestral people can finally know true justice. At long last, after all these years, their anger and hatred will be appeased, and eliminating the parasitic slime who sits on Valestein's throne will benefit the entirety of Felghana as well. Now then, why don't you hand over the statues, so this can all fall into place?
To be honest, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react to all of this. I can't pretend to know how you feel, but just hear me out on one thing. Let's just say that your plan succeeds, and you do get your revenge. What then? Do you think it'll make Elena happy? Hell, will it really even make you happy? Sure, McGuire might be a horrible man, and he may even deserve what you're planning for him. But imagine how Elena would feel, knowing the depths you'd sunk to in the name of vengeance. Do you think she'd be proud of what you accomplished? If you just step back and think about it, I know you'll find some other, less drastic way to deal with McGuire. If I explained everything to the townsfolk, they'd understand. And I bet they'd do what they could to help too. If everyone banded together, we could drive McGuire out of Felghana for good. Send him into exile. You don't have to disgrace yourself over scum like him. So come on. Please, Chester. You have to put a stop to this, before it's too late. Come back to town with us. We can all sit down and have a good time. Maybe enjoy one of Elena's home-cooked meals.
I don't think he's buying it, Dogie.
Look how far I've come, though. Do you honestly believe I can go back now? After all this? No. There is no turning back for me!
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Chester. You stupid son of a bitch.
There is still time to save him. If you want him to live, give me the statues. Now!
Adol gave the statues to Chester.
Excellent. Now, I can use the power of these statues to hurtle all of Valestein Castle into the darkest depths of hell. I hardly need to say it at this point, but you may wish to reconsider trying to stop me. Unless, of course, you want to end up like him.
I can't believe Chester attacked Dogi. This is all my fault, actually. 12 years ago, I served as a Valestein knight. I was there on Genos Island that day. All the knights were. Our task was to provide backup for Maguire's sorcerer. In other words, we would man the sidelines and terminate any villagers who tried to escape. And we did just that.
Jesus.
But then I met the Stoddard children. And despite my sworn oath to Maguire, I couldn't bring myself to harm them. I hid them instead, and snuck them away from the carnage. But I knew I couldn't raise them, so I left them with the mayor and shamefully ran away to this godforsaken shack. I spent my days slowly unraveling Maguire's plans and researching the old tales of Genos and Galbalan. Chester never knew of my knighthood, but he was well aware that I'd saved his life, so he and Dogi would often visit. As such, while secretly investigating Maguire, I also took it upon myself to train the two of them in the art of war. Dogi's departure aside, things continued in this manner until just last year. Around the time monsters started appearing all across Felghana, Chester came to see me in quite a panic. The monsters had brought his memories of Genos Island to the surface, and he had no idea how to cope. I told him everything, every single thing I knew about his past and about my role within it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I suppose I was looking for some manner of catharsis. All it did was exacerbate Chester's desire for revenge. To be perfectly honest, I haven't the slightest idea what Chester intends to do with the statues. But if he's willing to stab an old friend to get them, then I doubt there's much hope of talking him down. If we let him continue unchecked, the damage he inflicts won't be limited to Valestein Castle, but all of Felghana. Adol, I must ask that you go back to town immediately and tell Mayor Edgar everything that's happened. You needn't worry. I'll take care of Dogi. And once he's back on his feet, I intend to pay the castle a visit.
Okay. Well, if anyone is worried about Dogi making it, spoiler alert, he's in future games. Don't worry about him. He's in bad shape, but he's also one hell of a fighter. All he needs is some rest and he'll be out of the woods in no time. Adol saw a look of pain flash across Dogi's face and wished he could offer some comfort. Alright, well. I guess I can just fast travel back to town. Oh shit.
Adol, we're in a bad way.
I see that.
We were attacked by soldiers from Valestein, and some of them made it inside. Hurry, you need to save the townspeople.
Guess we're reaching the climax of the game here. This stuff's getting a little crazy.
Oh, Helena, I'm scared. It's okay. I'm here with you. Please, do what you want with me, but let her go. Adol?
Well, they're not undead. It's interesting they actually can block with their shields.
Thanks for saving me, Mr. Adol. You truly are a lifesaver. Thank you, Adol. But why? Why would the Valestine soldiers attack us? Adol, what's wrong?
Your brother's an asshole, that's what's wrong.
You look even more flustered than we are.
Adol reluctantly told her that her brother had stabbed Dogi in the Elderm Mountains.
My God! Why? Why would he ever do that?
Are you two okay?
Sister Nell? Papa and Father Pierre too!
When we realized you weren't at the church, we panicked. Thank God you're all right.
We wouldn't be if it weren't for Adol. I'm sorry, sister. I know you told us to seek shelter.
Honestly, you'll be the death of us one of these days, Elena.
Now, Sister Nell. She was clearly just trying to find Anya. We can hardly blame her for that. I still can't believe McGuire's grown so brazen, though, as to send his soldiers to attack the town.
I think it may be worse than that, actually. Did you get a good look at them as they attacked? Something about them seemed off. Disturbingly so.
I mean, they groaned like monsters when I took care of them.
None of them spoke a single word. And their movements were like those of wooden dolls, dangling from strings.
Now that you mention it, we're not safe here. We should return to my house to further discuss the matter and propose a course of action. I'd like for you to come as well, Adol. I had no idea Chester was hiding a secret like that all this time. He lived under my roof for 10 years, and never once did I question where he came from, or how much he remembered. I feel like such a fool.
Please don't blame yourself, Mayor. Right now, we need to focus on the matter at hand. We need to focus on Valestine Castle. What we know is that Chester is planning to take his revenge through the power contained in those statues. The question is, are those statues in some way responsible for the lifeless, soulless appearance of our attackers?
It seems that way. I think now would be a good time to get in touch with Bishop Nicholas at the castle.
Excuse me.
Sister, what's wrong? You're white as a ghost.
The soldiers haven't returned, have they?
No. It's just that I haven't seen Elena for some time now, and when I asked the children where she went,
She went to the castle.
it seems she's left town again.
What?
Well, that's not good. She must have heard about Chester and gone to Valestine Castle.
Yes, I think that's a safe assumption. It's an awfully rash thing to do, though, even for her.
Dear me. Adol, I'm sorry to ask, but won't you please find Elena and bring her home to us? I can't bear to think of what might happen to her out there.
Without hesitation, Adol agreed.
You'll do it? Thank you, Adol. Thank you so very much.
We're truly in your debt, Adol. I hate that we've been such a burden to you since your arrival here. I can't imagine what you must think of us.
Godspeed on your journey. I will pray for your health and success. Best of luck to you, Adol.
Alright. I fear that Elena may have gone after Chester straight to Valestein Castle. I understand how she feels, I really do, but the castle couldn't be a more dangerous place right now. Adol, please bring Elena back to us. I hope Bishop Nicholas is okay. We mustn't forget that he, too, is caught up in the thick of this mess. We should pray for his safety. I took my eyes off Elena for only a single moment, and look what happened. Please, Adol, please find her. Alright, well, let's roam around town, see if there's any side quests or anything that we can do, because I feel like we are rapidly approaching the end. Thanks for saving me, Mr. Adol. And Elena, too. After she finished talking to you, she sat down and played with that pendant of hers for a while. Then she got up and said she had to go somewhere. It's dangerous outside, so I tried to stop her, but she is way too fast. Is she going to be okay, Mr. Adol? Anya told me you saved her life. Don't think I can ever thank you enough. Still have no clue why the hell the Count would attack Redmont, though. We're not hurting anyone here. All we want to do is work in the quarry, make some money, and tend to our families. What could he possibly have to gain by attacking us? It's tyranny, plain and simple. I was out walking along the bridge when the soldiers first arrived. Outside they were armed and instantly knew something was wrong. Thankfully, Gardner helped me get to safety. I ran as hard and as fast as I could. Excuse me, Jesus. I ran as hard and as fast as I could to let Mayor Edgar know what was happening. I don't know why that sentence was so tough to read. If not for you and Gardner fighting with all your might, things could have gotten really ugly. So now we've been openly attacked. I pray I'm wrong, but I have a sinking feeling Chester is somehow caught up in all of this. And if so, I honestly have no idea what to expect. Especially with Elena being placed in danger. What in the world could that boy be thinking? It's a good question, my friend. What's up, pig boy? It wasn't monsters, but soldiers from the castle that attacked us. Why would they do that? Did we forget to pay our taxes or something? Either way, Mr. Adol, that was super awesome. You cut through those soldiers like a knife through cheese. With you here, we've got nothing to be afraid of. Oh, for the love of... What the hell are you doing, Paul? Snap out of it, man. What kind of miner are you? I can't stand this. Make it stop. Just go away. Leave me here to curl up and die as I please. Will do. Alright, no one in the church. Imagine Elena's house is deserted. So you rescued Elena, did you? She's always been there to help whenever my strength failed me. Thank you very much for what you've done. You're truly a fine young man, Adol Kristen. Aw, shucks. How are you, Gardner? We owe you a debt of extreme gratitude, Adol. It's amazing the damage wasn't any worse given their numbers. What in the world were those soldiers anyway? Are you okay, Adol? Gardner was really badly wounded. He needs to take it easy for a while so he can recover. I was flabbergasted when he told everyone to take shelter in the church. Who'd have ever thought the soldiers of Valestein Castle would come attacking? As if the violent altercations in the quarry's forced closure weren't bad enough. It looks like the soldiers from the castle have invaded the town. But why? Why would Count Maguire attack Redmont? What good will that do him? I just don't get it. How could he authorize this? Why were you in the middle of all that? Pretty sure you're a mercenary, right? Only got a quick glimpse of the attacking forces when they were trying to hide. It was strange. It didn't look like anyone was leading them. I heard they were originally all mercenaries hired by the Count. But why does he need so many of them? Anybody up here? Nope. Anybody in my room? Nope. A young blonde girl left the town not too long ago. She looked rather distracted, but cute. Definitely cute. Anyway, I need to get out of here so I can collect more rabble. But that gardener fellow wants to keep me in. Can't blame him, I suppose, with all the monsters invading the land. Ugh, I hate Felghana so much right now. Up yours, Antonio. Gardener's got himself wounded pretty badly. I can't believe this is happening. If we get attacked again, there's no way we'll make it through in one piece. There'll be casualties for sure. Just think of poor Elena and all the other villagers without combat training. They wouldn't stand a chance. We have to do everything in our power to prevent that eventuality from ever coming to pass. Our course is clear.
Welcome. Don't be a stranger. Welcome.
Items. Guess I need to start saving up for that. That's probably going to be handy during the final battle.
Don't be a stranger.
What about you, Adonis? I think I got everything tempered max.
Come again.
I saw you take down those soldiers. That was some nice swordsmanship, I must say. I can't figure out what's going through the thick skulls of those Wallenstein folks. Still, when trouble's what the Lord of the Land's selling, ain't much choice but to buy your share, you know? With the kind of taxes he's been forcing on us, it's obvious no one can possibly talk any sense to him or his men. But man, if they show their faces here again, I'll give my first-hand look at my hammer technique real close up. Yeah, I kind of wondered why he wasn't out there either. I imagine he'd be pretty handy in a fight. Alright, I think we have talked to everyone. Thank you so much for saving my daughter, Adol. I couldn't bear it if anything were to happen to her. I've made up my mind. I don't know what the Count is after, but I do know one thing. Wallenstein Castle is the enemy. My choices are to fight back or sit around and wait for death to find me. And I'm not at all fond of the latter. I'm going to blaze my own trail, just like you. Alright. Well, let's call this a session, and I guess on the next episode we're gonna foment insurrection and storm the castle. So thanks for joining, and we will see you next time.